We saw Riley this week. Here is the full video. It goes for 2 minutes or so, and then some guy breaks it down. We'll stop it at there. But let's have a look at, just so there's full context here, let's have a look at what actually happens here and not the clipped version.
Okay, the first woman who wants to introduce themselves, step forward.
Okay, I'm Riley. I'm 24. I'm from Houston, Texas. And honestly, I'm down for any good adventure. I just got scuba dive certified, and I'm planning to go to Australia this summer. So
Speaking
I'm
of
super excited
adventures.
about that.
Speaking of adventures, here we
there's
go.
some good scuba diving in Australia, to be fair. But what people didn't really see with the clip was that there's a curtain there. They actually can't see her, because if there was no curtain there, you'd think it was pretty brutal the way that the guys were reacting and sort of like laughing to each other. But there is a curtain there. They can't see her, and it's not based on looks as well.
And then I just picked up skiing like 2 years ago, and I honestly love any themed party. Like, those are like my favorite things to go to, my favorite things to plan. And I'm looking for someone that wants to be my adventure buddy, and it's someone that I can trust in and is going to be there for me. I wanted to go first because I thought all of these amazing people I'm with, I got to know them before the show, are literally amazing. And I felt like I needed to stand up and put myself out there first so I could like at least put myself out there and there was a chance.
Yeah. Okay, if any gentleman would like to get to know Riley more, please.
Anyone, come on.
Okay, Riley, we're gonna have you sit down, but thank you for introducing yourself.
Anyone, come on.
I think I probably shouldn't have gone up first. But I mean, I put myself out there. I'm proud of what I put out there. It kind of is not the best thing when no one stood up. Like, it is a little frustrating. It feels like no one ever wants to like pick me. Not that I want to be a pick me girl, but it is nerve-wracking, but it happened, and it is what it is. I guess it's their loss that they didn't want to get to know me more, but I thought might as well put myself out there because you never know what's going to happen.
For many. So, I'll just quickly, I do want to say, like, I don't really want to shit on this girl because she seems like a sweet girl, but just very, very misguided as to what men might or might not be looking for. She seems nice and everything. However, it's almost very, if you are a guy, and it's a Mormon dating show, right? So these guys will probably be dating for marriage. They're not just going to be wanting to date to go on a few nice adventures and go scuba diving and then not see the girl again after a few weeks. They're probably dating for marriage. And if you're a young guy who's dating for marriage and you hear those sorts of things, all I hear, because I'm in that position where I'm dating for marriage, all I hear is financial liability and somebody who is chaotic. And I want a woman who's going to be a homebody, based at home, not going out and going on all these like crazy adventures and everything and going to foreign countries. I want somebody who's at home and who wants to make a nice home, and somebody who's not full of chaos and all of that.
See, I think that this is all cope by you guys. See, here's what I saw. I saw the femoids go absolutely berserko on this, right? Because some member of the sisterhood, men weren't collectively kissing her asses, and so therefore all men are evil. So I saw the femoids going crazy, which is always a good time for me. So of course I went and doused the fire with as much gasoline as possible so that I could watch the carnage, because I hate femoids, and especially femcons. Femcons are the worst. But Jake, this is pure cope. I'm actually going to explain to you what happened. This is what I think happened. I think that she did what I like to refer to as squirrel prattle. And only women can do squirrel prattle, right?
Squirrel
Well,
prattle.
it sounds like this. And you tune out within 5 seconds. You just tune out. The second that prattle happens, the female squirrel prattle, men just tune out.
Gone.
There's something that happens to our brain when we hear that squirrel prattle that we shut down.
It's like a safety override, sort of like how your limbs shut off.
Yeah.
When you're
Now that
freezing to
squirrel
death.
can still want your nuts, but you're not going. But you're not going to give that squirrel your proverbial nuts in this case.
Yes.
Now I think post hoc, because people can see this woman, right? They're not thinking of it from the male's perspective on the other end, and you're diving too much into it. You're just like, well, here's what I would want my future Mormon wife and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But if you go back and you listen from the beginning, try it right now after hearing my explanation, And just think about whether or not there was an intuition that you had just based on Squirrel Prattle. Close your eyes and rewind it, and let's see let's see how you feel a second time, which starts talking.
All right.
Okay, I'm Riley. I'm 24. I'm from Houston, Texas. And honestly, I'm down for any good adventure. I just got scuba dive certified, and I'm planning to go to Australia this summer, so I'm super excited about that. And then I just picked up skiing like 2 years ago, and I honestly love any themed party. Like, those are like my favorite things to go to, my favorite things to plan. And I'm looking for someone that wants to be my adventure buddy, and it's someone that I can trust in and is going to be there for me.
Okay, now Jake, second go around. Was there an intuition based on the Squirrel Prattle that instantly you were just like, okay, this chick's crazy. She's mentally ill. She's gonzo.
Guys, where's she from?
Houston, Texas.
Okay. Andrew, where does she want to go?
Australia.
Well, see, Jake was paying attention.
Yeah.
I think you might be into her, Jake.
Nah.
Are you going scuba diving with your future ex-wife?
It's the cardigan for me. No. So, yeah. I don't really necessarily get the same vibe as in Squirrel Prattle equals mental health issues, like she's crazy. What I get is that she, and I don't want to shit on her too much because I think this is actually like almost unnecessary, but I think that she might be maybe a little bit slow. However, she does seem like a fundamentally nice person from what I can see. And I think that is very important when you're looking at a woman. Does she seem like she's a nice person? And the other stuff, can you sort of like program that out of her, all of this need for adventure? Like, we can go to adventure, we can go for a walk to the park on Sunday, and it's an adventure enough. Could you program those things out of her? Probably. Is she a fundamentally nice person? Yes, like a good person. If so, then the other things are less important. But if she got up there and she was like, the biggest problem that I had with it was that she never ever mentioned once anything about what she can actually provide for a man. And when a guy wants to actually get married, he wants a woman to come up and say, what value do you bring to me? She never said that at all. All she says is all the things I want to do, and you can just sort of tag along. No guy wants to do that. To go and
that's all true.
Scuba diving.
I think you just hear the voice and go, ugh. Like the second you hear it, you just go, ugh. It's like that's what I think. It's I said on Twitter, there's a sound that men make when the voice starts going like that. It's a mix between like a grunt and a sigh. And to act that out, it's like, oh, it's something like that. Yeah. Just, it's like the old man noise, except you're not actually getting up, just,
Yeah, you do make a good point. Someone in the chat said extremely sheltered. And I actually do think that they've got a point there, because tell me what you think about this, Andrew, having obviously raised daughters. Do you think that there's a line between too sheltered and not sheltered enough? Do you think there's like a nice gray zone between there where someone's not too sheltered, they're socialized, but they're not totally, like, especially for young women just in particular, if they're not sheltered at all and they're all sort of like, they've got sharp elbows by the time they're 20, then that's a bad thing. But if they're too sheltered,
yeah, I mean, there's definitely a line, but nobody knows where it is, because in modernity, like the things that you want to shelter them from are always the things that gravitate the most towards, like kids. You were the same way when you were a kid, weren't you? It's when somebody told you not to play on the grass that you started playing football, right? That's how it works. So that it can be like a rubber band effect. You pull back too hard and it snaps. That's true. But I think that we have an intuition about these things, like a cognitive intuition about the things that we're supposed to help our kids avoid or not avoid. And we get most of it right. Sometimes we get some of it wrong. It's just the way it is. But yeah, I don't think that you should try to completely shelter your kids from the world, because then they can't make their way in it. But on the other hand, I don't think that they need to be watching, like porn at 14 so that they know how to deal with it either, right? Yeah,
no, I agree with you. But this young woman, from what I can see, she just seems hopelessly naive. I don't know. That's just the vibe that I got, that she's so naive that in a relationship setting, she'd be almost useless because she doesn't really understand the way that the world works. If you're getting up and you're just like sounds like an 11-year-old child saying, I want to go scuba diving and I want to go to Australia and I want to go on an adventure. I want my adventure buddy. It seems like she wants a teddy bear and not a husband, So that's just the vibe that I got. We're just hopelessly naive. So, see, I just think that there's certain triggers that men hear where their intuition screams,
stop, bad, walk away. This is going to be nothing but problems, right? And by the way, let me ask you a question. Since we're on this topic, Jake, would you date or ever marry a really stupid woman who is really hot, though?
No, God no. God no.
But what if she wasn't insufferable? She was just dumb.
No, see, my particular personality type is that I can talk the back legs off a chair. So if I'm near you and we're spending an extended period of time together, if we go for a road trip, I'm going to be speaking to you and I'm going to be probably going into some pretty deep water. So I need a woman who's able to hold her own in that regard. I need an intelligent woman.
So for you, the himbo, that's like 85, 86 IQ, something in there. You're setting the bar kind of high, Jake.
Yeah, well, you can't really talk because you married a woman who's smarter than you, so you can't really judge my...
That's true. She prefers low IQ men. That's not my fault. Okay.
You married someone who's not only smarter than you, but more base than you as well. Sometimes I actually wish that we had the other Wilson as the host of the Extravaganza, because so we could just put our tinfoil hats on and talk about conspiracies.
Yeah,
you need evidence.
Yeah, I often wish that we had the other Rattlesnake on as the co-host as well, but we can't always get what we want.